What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another video. So I want to talk about the narcissists and their bad habits, like personal hygiene, the way they manage money, the way they feel about following rules, the way they view rules. Now, when it comes to their personal hygiene, I'm just speaking from the narc who I'm familiar with and the way she sees things. She says stuff like, I don't have to wear deodorant. And it's like they don't care. They don't care about their outer appearance. They don't care about the effect it's going to have on somebody else. And what I mean by that is, if somebody's not taking care of themselves, they don't keep up with their personal hygiene, it affects you because it makes you uncomfortable to be around them. They're not easy to be around. You know, they have odor. You know, stuff like that. It's like, who wants to be bothered with that throughout the day? Especially in my situation, you have to work with them. Not that I have to be around her, but I have been around her during the time that we were associating. And it's like, you really think that you don't need to put on some deodorant in order to keep the odor away. You know, she looked at it like, well, I don't need that because I don't sweat. The only time I sweat is when I have hot flashes. And I'm like, it still doesn't matter, because if you feel like I don't have to wear deodorant because I don't have an odor, it's still other things, you know, other reasons you should want to wear just to smell good, for the fragrance or whatever. She don't like perfume. She hate when people wears perfume. She never gives a compliment about it. She feel like it's disgusting. Like, why would somebody spray something on them? She was like, it always messes with my sinuses. And she do suffer from sinuses because sometimes she just have these sneezing attacks, and she sneezes all day long. Sometimes she have to leave and leave work early to go home or whatever because she's, you know, suffering from sinus. But anyway, yeah, they just don't care about personal hygiene. Just always stink, and they don't think that this bothers anyone around them. And even if they, you know, even if they know it's bothering you, because I know narcissists know what they're doing. Sometimes they know they're making you miserable. They don't care. They get their kicks out of stuff like that. They get the kicks out of the fact that you can't make them do something. Now, there are some people who will, like, call you in the office and tell you, you need to, you know, you're going to have to tighten up and stuff like that, because it's, you know, it's making it kind of difficult for other people to work with you. So you're going to have to, you know, you have to call people. It's sad that you have to do that sometimes. And in some situations, it all depends on the individual and whatever's going on with them. Like, some people, you just don't really know what's going on with them. And they're having a hard time, you know, having the things that they need as far as for their personal hygiene. You never know, you know. Say, for instance, people who are living in a homeless shelter. These people don't have access to these things. They don't have money to buy this. But the narcissists, they will, when it comes to their money habits, it's like they always put the necessities on the back burner. Oh, they don't feel like that's important to take care of right now. We're going to deal with all that later. And they have an attitude about it like, I'm not worried about that right now. I have to go buy a gift for this, or I got to go buy it. It's always, they put aside taking care of their most important responsibilities for things like something they can go buy just to hoover their next victim or whatever. And I know this for a fact because I know she's done this a lot. She will ignore cut off notice for her utility bills because she'd rather go spend the money on some stuff, you know, to give to someone for their birthday that's coming up. Or she will ignore things that are coming in the mail, you know, final notices. Oh, they don't care about final notices. You cannot intimidate them. If anything, even things like that makes them mad. They get mad to see stuff because it's like you're forcing them to follow the rules. It's like this. You got to pay to play. If you want your utilities on, you got to pay the bill for it. If you want to keep the car you're in, you got to pay the note. You know, stuff like that. And they just don't feel like that they should be held responsible for certain things in life. And that they don't care how it affects other people. Because they are careless. individuals. They just don't care, or careless creatures. Yeah, and again, they don't care about their outer appearance, as far as, like, when you work at certain jobs, you have to be in uniform. That's just a part of the company policy. And when you are out of uniform, that's called, what is it called? Insubordination. It's like you just refuse to follow the rules. So you can, you're going to face the consequences for that, depending on the employer. And she's one of the type of employees that just feel like, she's excluded from following the rules. Oh, that don't apply to her. She's going to come to work as she please, wherever she want to wear. She's going to be in half uniform and half, regular clothes outside of the work clothes. That's how she is. Some jobs you have to wear aprons. She feel like she don't have to wear an apron. Well, why you feel like you don't have to wear an apron? Her reason is because it's too hot. I just don't like having all that stuff on me, and I already get hot flashes. Well, you know the type of job that you signed up for, so you think that you can just be here and not have to be in uniform. You're the only one that work here doing the same thing everybody else does, but the rules don't apply to you. That's how narcissists think. They think that they're above the law. They think that they are above everyone. And that's a part of their bad habits. They have bad, disgusting, trifling habits with no regards for anyone else. They do not care how you feel. If a person really cared about the work that they do, if they really had a passion for what they're doing, if their heart was in it, they would do better as far as the way they present themselves at work, not just the work. But that just goes to show narcissists don't care about that. It's all about putting on an act, even at work. They don't care about the job. Like I mentioned in an older video, we send out plates to the discipline center for the children who's been suspended from school. So they go to a different center for the amount of time that they are suspended. And we fix the food for those children in to-go plates. We ship them off to the children. And sometimes those children have restrictions. She feels the need to just disregard the restrictions because the children are in a discipline center. It's like, so what? They have an allergy. You don't care that they have a peanut allergy. And on today's menu, it consists of something with peanuts or whatever, peanut oil. You don't care about that because they shouldn't be in a discipline center. If they behave and they would be in class, it's like, well, that's on the school menu anyway for the district. So they were going to have to find out anyway, but it's just a way of fixing the situation to where it doesn't harm anybody, where a child won't end up in a hospital. Because narcissists, they don't care. They're disgusting. They do not care. So, and again, when it come up to money, a narcissist can be the type of person, they can go through the rest of their entire life. If they can get through with hand-me-downs and, stuff that has been left to them, stuff that they just inherited, they'll be good with that. They are fine with the leftovers because they just want to say they've had a part of something that somebody else had. And then it has to be a particular thing that they will really hold on to because they won't cherish it. They don't take care of anything. You can leave them a mansion, a nice, big, beautiful home, and they're not going to take care of it. They just want it because it was something that represented you, something that belonged to you. Like, it's always a reason that they have the things that they have. And a lot of time, it's not even something that they accomplished on their own. It's something that was passed down to them, something that they got from somewhere. And when they buy you things, they kind of cheap. They're very cheap. So, yeah. And what else? Like, if they was to win the lottery, a narcissist will ride around in a lemon car. They don't take care of the car. They don't get, take care of the maintenance on the car. They don't get regular oil changes. They don't get their tires checked, tune-ups. Don't care about none of that. They wait until the stuff break down before they go and see about it. because they don't care. And I know this for a fact because she's had so many minor things to happen to her car. And then she would just put it off and put it off and put it off. But she would come to work with bag loads of goodies for the kids, you know, to pretend like she's just such this good person who loved the kids. She bringing things to people at work because she buy a friendship. That's how she hoover. That's how she get her new supply. And they will go through life this way. They can come into a lump sum of money and still not take advantage of the situation and go and get something new because they don't care. They don't know what it is to really value things and take care of it. You know, they just don't care about stuff like that. You know, a narcissist will pass up buying a brand new car. You know, if they had the chance to get a new car and they had enough of money to buy one and have some money left to put away in the bank or whatever, or invest it or do something with it and just kind of build up their credit and have a little note. Like I know a lady, she told me that when she came into a settlement, she had always had problems with her calls. And she was like, excuse me, she was like, when I got the call, I put so much money down on the car, practically new car, like real nice car. And I left just enough on the balance to have me a small note. And that way that will help her, you know, take care of her credit, like build her credit. Not that, and it doesn't necessarily mean, well, you should do this if you have bad credit. You might just want to keep good credit. Like, who wants their credit score to go down? You know, a lot of things happen to us in this life, not due to circumstance, but by choice. And it's like with the narcissist, it is always by choice. Due to the circumstances is only because of the way they deal with certain situations, and they choose to blow a lot of stuff off because they don't feel like it's important, because they don't care. They don't have passion for anything. They don't have drive for anything. They don't know what it feels like to dream and want something for yourself. When you hear her coming up with some great ideas, you just kind of know, like, you didn't come up with that on your own, not out of your mind. Not as crazy as you are. So where you picked that up from? Whose idea are you stealing and pretending like you came up with it? Like, that's how I look at her. That's how I used to think of her in the past. Like, you're just speaking on this for the moment, because come tomorrow, you'll be talking about something else, you know, and then you'll get mad if somebody bring it up to you like, well, what about the little this that you wanted to start? Or what about this that you wanted to get into? Or didn't you want to go back to school for this? She will get angry. It's like, because you are pressuring her, like you know, like you held her up to it. They don't want you to have to depend on them, you know, in certain ways, but they want to be able to depend on you. Narcissists, they, you know, they gotta have their free will, but they feel that it's right to take, you know, have so much power over another individual. But when it comes to them, oh, you better give them their freedom or get out of their way, because they're going to run you over. And these just things, like, they can issue it, but they can't take it. They can make rules, but they can't follow rules. It's just things like that that just describes their bad habits. Disgusting, vile creatures. And, yeah, so it's just so much about them that it sticks out more so when you have that moment when you just sit back and realize what these people are really about and how do they go about their day-to-day lives, you know, living this way. It just sticks out more and more. At one time, you really wasn't paying attention to it, or you was giving them the benefit of the doubt, and you just, you know, you had hope that they would change and be better and stuff. It's like, they don't care. They don't care about their health. They don't care about money. You know, if they don't care about their own money, they don't care about yours. They will borrow from Peter to pay Paul. It takes them to be threatened, you know, for someone to threaten to garnish their paycheck in order for them to make a move and pay people back. And when they do that, trust me, they're going to borrow from somebody else just to pay back what they owe to the next person. And that's they use that same old, you know, routine. That's what they do. That's how they live. That's how they get by. Narcissists are here just to get by. They just exist, just taking up space. My boobs look so big. They look so big. So yeah, that's all I really want to talk about. Didn't want to make this video too long, but it's like a way overdue video. This is a topic that I've seen other videos on it, but I just had to point out some other things that I know for a fact that the narcissists, you know, bad habits that they have. And I learned that just by working with a person. And so, yeah, that's about it, y'all. Leave your comments down below. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.